just the same amount of. So welcome, Rachel. How are you? Yes, so I am originally from Brooklyn, moved to Georgia about 4.5 months ago with my family, and I'm excited to be here. I love wellness. I always say I eat, sleep, and breathe wellness, even the times when I'm off. So as you all are coming in, I have a question. I would love to know, are you eating for supreme wellness? Just what that sounds like to you. Are you eating for supreme wellness? And you can begin to type that in the chat. Hey, Tracy Ann, welcome. Yes, Brooklyn in the house. It's a lot of New York people. It's a lot of New York City people in Georgia. And I always get this thing like, oh, you're from New York. You're the reason why the prices are going up so high here. I'm like, no, you all don't go talk to your board members, your district leaders, So yes, I have, like I said, been in the industry for 25 years. Even before I became certified, I was the go-to person in my family, that people would seek out. Hey, I've got this ailment going on. I don't feel good. What herb can I take? What supplement can I take? And I was always that person doing that. If you see me looking to the side, you all, because I'm at two angles. So please excuse me. I am going back and forth between the screens. You're pretty sure that you're not eating for supreme wellness. Why don't you, and while you guys are answering that question, please define what is eating for supreme wellness to you. What does that mean when you hear eating for supreme wellness? What does that mean? I would love to, get some insight from you all before we hop into what's happening today. And Kinyofu, let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm not screen sharing, sorry. I put up the slides and then apparently I'm the only one seeing it. Hold on.
Food is medicine, eat to live, not live to eat. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm feeling what y'all saying. That's right, Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. Food is medicine. It is. Good morning, Grand Rising to you. We can go to the first slide, the eating for supreme wellness. So again, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Eating for Supreme Wellness. Hi, Miss Dawn. How are you? How is everyone doing? Again, I am Omina L, board certified holistic nutritionist. I went to and graduated, received my training from the Institute, the Integrative Institute for Nutrition. I have my board certification from the American Drugless Practitioners, and the Association of American Drugless Practitioners. And I have been in this field. I had Candida. So I healed myself about 20 years ago from Candida. And Candida is a yeast that really attacks the gut. And I realized that, okay, I'm eating well, I'm taking all of these supplements. Why would I be dealing with something like this? But there was an emotional piece that was missing. So this is where my journey with emotional eating began. And I started to do a deeper dive. And so once I was able to look at what the emotional aspect of what Candida is, because again, it affects the gut. And I realized, I said, oh, yes, it's a buildup. It's a thing that of suppression, like suppressed anger, almost the same way that cancer can be like a buildup of suppressed anger, growths, any growths in your body, suppressed anger. And so I was having some real issues at that time around being a woman. And me, this beautiful young lady who loves women, I work with women, I would have never thought that to be true for myself. And so that's how I got into wellness. The slide came down, not sure.
I took it up. We want to see you.
Oh, you want to see me? Hi. So that was the ending of my introduction and my story with Candida. And I mean, I spent a good 2 years. I had gone through, like, my journey started in college. So in 1996, I read some books. I was kind of going into self-discovery mode. Oh, my culture, learning who I am. And I stopped eating red meat. And then in 98, I read a book, and that made me stop eating all of it, fish, chicken, because I stopped eating red meat, but I still was eating chicken and poultry. And I read this book, I stopped eating the poultry. I stayed a little bit on the fish. And then like maybe 2 years after that, I was like full vegetarian. I did have some cheese. And then this is what I noticed too, right? Is that creamy foods are sort of like foods where you don't feel supported. So if you find yourself gravitating towards those creamy foods, like I was, the cheeses, the breads, it's that not feeling supported and in the sadness and like, not feeling loved type of thing, which would bring you into sweets, but it breaks down into sugar in the body. So anyway, all of that. And then I stopped eating cheese and went full vegan once I realized I had the candida. I mean, I had to switch it up. I literally was just on like soups. I had a diet of like, broths, soups, like veggie broths, soups, butternut squash soups, whatever was in the season. And I was on a liquid diet. I cut out even fruits, like even sweet fruits, like dates, bananas, starchy fruits, all sweet fruits. I cut that out. Only fruit I ate was green apple. And I did that for like a period of, like I said, 2 years. And it was done. It was gone. And I did a series of colonics, like just cleansing out my gut. So once I did that, it just sparked this passion to help other people. And that is how I became the holistic alchemist. So that's who I am, and continue to answer that question. Are you eating for supreme wellness? And what is eating supreme? What does that mean when you hear eating for supreme wellness? And I'm ready for the introduction. If you want to play the introduction slide, we can go there and then we can get straight into it. Yes, Teresa. Are you gonna play the other slide, Kinyofu, to wake up everybody? The song?
I'm not.
Oh, we're not playing the song. Okay. I love that.
I could. I just jumped into the session because I was behind the scenes.
I would love to. Does anybody else want to hear the song? I like the song. It wakes me up. It really does. Like every time I hear that song, I sing with it. I'm in the bed. I'm like, get up. It's time to wake up. You have to go back. Yeah. Okay. There we go. It's a long session. Hi, Cherry. How are you?
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
It's the clock at the end for me. It's the clock at the end for me. I'm like, I'm up. All right, welcome everyone. I'm seeing so many familiar faces and names. So that was part of my story and my intro. I asked at the top, are you eating for supreme wellness? And what is eating for supreme wellness? What does that mean to you when you hear that? I'm gonna need 2 volunteers to stay with me throughout the coaching today. But we're definitely going to be hearing from, different people inside of the community. So if I can have 2 volunteers, and what I'm going to need everybody to do is to definitely have some water. And if you have like a cracker and a piece of fruit, keep that next to you, or just something to eat, something that's a little bit more bready and flour based, and something that's like light. So that could be a piece of lettuce, that could be cucumber or fruit. You want to have those 2 things next to you, and give everybody a little bit of time to go grab those things. While Kinyofu, if you want to choose 2 people, if there's 2 people who've raised their hands, I can't see, but I would love for 2 people to just stay with me throughout this process. I'm also going to ask that everyone just pay attention to throughout the presentation, pay attention to your thoughts, like what is coming up for you, any negative judgments, any positive feedback. Pay attention to your cells, your organs in the body. If you're sweating, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like light and airy, if you're feeling sad, happy, just pay attention throughout this whole process of what's happening in your body. Are you slouched? Are you sleepy? Are you, just pay attention to what's going on as you're answering and going through each of the activities that we do today.
So we have 2 hands raised. One is Teresa, the other is Valencia.
Yes, please come on. And ladies, this is highly interactive. So it's some personal things are going to come up for people in this space. Whenever I do this workshop, it is quite powerful. It is a sacred space. We all know that about Woo. There is no one here looking at you like you cannot be open. So what I'm going to say is that when you come on and as you all are sharing, just try to really fully immerse yourself into it, like really delve in, participate. And again, I want to hear from the community as well. So yes.
Okay. So I asked them to start video so I can spotlight them, but they both declined. So they are there.
Just give me a minute. I'm getting my video ready.
Okay. Yeah, because I would love for you all to come on camera so people can take notice. Again,
I'm breastfeeding right now.
Oh, you're breastfeeding? Okay. Anyone else just can come on camera and can participate? Just 2 people.
So Amanda, you don't want to coach them even though they're not able to be on camera?
I can, but this is going to require, some of it is really going to require them to be on camera. I can adjust.
What was the question?
I just needed 2 volunteers to walk with me through the coaching today, and to just make sure that as you are participating in the coaching, that you're fully immersed in it, that you're really doing the activities. And those 2 people I'm going to need to definitely have.
Are you volunteering?
I was, but now Rachel's on.
Yes.
And Teresa, so go ahead.
No, I put my hand down. You got it.
Okay, so either or, it's totally fine. I can't see. Okay, there we go. Hi, Chantal.
Hi.
I do need one more person. Yes, and there's Teresa. Ladies, you're gonna need water. You're gonna need to go get a cracker and a piece of fruit. Very important for you to have at the top right now. So if you can grab that, that'll be great. Everyone else, wherever you are in your space, if you have something that you can just kind of grab and hold on to, that you can grab and eat.
I don't have any crackers, but I have.
Doesn't.
Okay.
Bread. You have bread. You have anything that's kind of flour based?
Oh, I got bread. Hold on. Get that.
So just a small piece of that bread and a piece of fruit. It can be a cherry. It can be a cut apple, just something. You're not going to really be chewing that much anyway. It's just for demonstration purposes when we get to that part.
1 second. Let me go grab it.
Okay. Awesome. So again, all right, so we want you to pay attention. And Kinyofu, can you read some of the comments in the chat about what they thought eating for supreme wellness is, and or if they're eating for supreme wellness, if you can read some of those.
Sure. All right. Valencia says not yet eating for supreme wellness. Rachel says she's doing her best. Chantel says she's pretty sure that she's not eating for supreme wellness, and she's right there on stage with you. And Jacqueline says food is medicine. Valencia says eat to live, not live to eat. Dawn says eating for supreme wellness means to nourish my body with macronutrients needed to thrive. Rachel says supreme wellness, prioritizing eating, balance what you eat, be mindful with how your body responds to what you eat when you eat.
Very
And
powerful, Rachel. That is very close. That is really like on point.
Dawn says, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
Dawn says she had the same journey with Candida. Teresa says supreme wellness means living my best life. Dawn also says it was hard to cut out all sugar, even fruit. And
Really, Candida, y'all, if you have it and it goes untreated for too long, it begins to mess with your mental health wellness. It really does, because those breakouts, those outbreaks, it's very itchy. It's very uncomfortable. Some people they pus in the mouth, like they have cotton mouth. It's like really bad. It really is. They can get sores in the mouth, like if it goes untreated.
You can ask, excuse me, you can ask Rachel to do it because it takes me some time to get up. So let Rachel do it, because I'm not able to get up that quick and do it. So I'll sit out this time. Next time I can do it.
Oh,
10-15 minutes to get back from the kitchen.
okay, got it. Okay, Rachel, are you able?
Rachel's on.
Okay, perfect. Great.
And Carolyn says eating for supreme wellness is eating foods that support our physical temples to assist us to manifest in the spiritual realm. And that's it for your comments on that question.
Awesome. You all did, all of it is like, especially Rachel's answer with the eating for balance, and Carolyn's answer and response with bringing in the spirituality of it, like being spiritually grounded so that you can really operate at optimal levels. So now we can move to who's in the room. So we can just kind of go from there, and then we'll move straight into the eating for supreme wellness. So the slide, who's in the room, if we can bring that up. So it's slide 3, I believe. Yes, there you go. Or 6, that's it. Okay, perfect. So who's in the room? I have my 2 beautiful ladies here, Chantel and Rachel. What we're going to do is we're going to create 3 lines. 3 lines, I call it a haiku, sort of telling us who you are. And you're going to use an adjective that starts with the first letter of your name to introduce yourself. So an example from me would be, I am optimal OM, transforming trauma through holistic wellness, self-care, and talk therapy. That's my 3-line introduction. So if you can't think of an adjective that starts with your name, just give an adjective, and then, give us 2 more lines explaining who you are. So whoever wants to begin, please do so. Hey, Evelyn. And in the audience, you all do this too. Just 3 lines explaining who you are, introduce your name. Yeah. So
someone's unmuted.
Yeah, someone needs to mute.
Evelyn, can't really hear what you're saying. Okay.
Okay. So yes.
Okay, so we're doing the so the last 2 lines can be other words, but the first one has to start with our name.
Yes, it does.
Okay, thanks.
Preferably an adjective to describe like who you are with the same, consonant. Rachel, if you're ready, you can go. Chantel, you can just, and if you don't have an adjective that starts with the first letter of your name, the consonant, it's okay. You can just introduce yourself with an adjective. I am whomever. I am Divine Dawn, eating for supreme wellness. That's right. That's right.
Okay, I have the first line. I am Supreme Shan.
Yes. Now tell us 2 more sentences about yourself.
I am changing lives one day at a time, including my own. Something like that.
Okay. I am changing lives, including my own. Give us a last short sentence. And how are you doing that?
By sharing my gifts. I guess similar to you, self-care and therapy.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great.
It's still early.
Listen,
Yes.
it is early, y'all. Okay. I
Yes,
told you.
I'm sleepy Chantel. That's what I should have put. I'm sleepy Chantel, and I work hard and I'm tired.
You do work hard. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. That's it. I do in the room.
Yes.
Rachel, we ready for you? And
Yeah.
everyone in the audience, please answer 2. Give us 3 lines. Think about just an adjective.
What I would put with I'm resilient Rachel. I am resilient Rachel, restoring mind, body, and spirit.
Yes. Come on, restoring that mind, body, and spirit. Yes.
Rachel had more time to think.
I damn sure did. Damn sure. And a pen and paper.
Yes. No, this is so funny because whenever I do this, people are like tripping up. I'm like, y'all can't give 3 lines about yourselves. We know how we do. We talk so much about, we do so many things, but it's always hard to, like, when the spotlight is on us, to kind of say like who we are and what it is that we do. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. Oh boy. So what is Eating for Supreme Wellness? Eating for Supreme Wellness is a holistic, comprehensive workshop and balancing emotional eating in healthy living. It's going to teach and show you the emotional connections between your stress thoughts and the suppressed trauma of food choices that we make throughout the day. Sometimes they're conscious, sometimes they're not conscious. Remember, I'm telling y'all, pay attention. Once we identify the primary triggers that are affected, then we can holistically heal from the inside out to achieve optimal wellness. Next slide. Self-care is so important when we're talking about eating for supreme wellness. Most people don't think, when you say, are you eating well? They don't think about the emotional piece. They don't think about, well, how am I feeling? What are my feelings, right? Am I taking time for myself? So self-care matters when we talk about eating for supreme wellness, because when we're overworked, one of the biggest challenges besides managing our time is cooking and eating wholesome, balanced meals that provide supreme nourishment. And this is where poor diet choices causes a myriad of ailments and discomfort. Next slide. Half the time, we're not even eating a balanced meal ourselves because we're lacking the emotional, spiritual, and physical balance. That means we're dealing with, we'll talk about that. I don't want to skip, but we're dealing with all other things other than being balanced, right? Entrepreneurs, I find that entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs and executives, they really do need health coaching in all aspects of their lives, like psychologically and physically. And what Eating for Supreme Wellness does is it offers them holistic remedies that will leave everyone, you feeling rejuvenated, nurtured, balanced, and inspired. Because every being deserves to be nurtured. Why? Because we matter. Wellness matters, and you matter, literally and figuratively. Literally, you're mattering, right? Your body's producing energy that creates that matter, that physical, your physical self. There are things that's present that make you physical, who you are. Next slide. So now we're going to get into the first activity here, okay? I want to know, for you ladies who are here with me and for people in the audience, there's 2 questions. I think Kinyofu is going to put it in the chat, and that is, how do you define self-care? And I want you to list 3 things that you do for self-care. Now, for those of you who don't, and I want y'all to be honest here, if you don't have 3 things that you do for self-care, then just sort of tell us what you do that makes you happy. What are some things that make you happy? Oh, Valencia, So what's one thing that you do that makes you happy? Now, self-care, again, based off of how you define it, right? We're asking how you define self-care, right? And even if it's 5 minutes, like Valencia, even if you take 5 minutes away from your children and you go in the bathroom, or if you take a shower and you're by yourself, that is a level and a form of self-care. Just an example for those who might be thinking the same thing, like, oh, I don't really do self-care. And remember the key word, again, pay attention, self. And at this point, as you're answering this question of self-care, think about what's happening in your brain. Is your mind, or your eyes squinting? You know, is your head tilting to the side? Are you like really contemplating and focusing on thinking of something? Is your shoulders shrinking? Are you upright? Like, pay attention to what's happening in your body. Yes, eating is a form of self-care. Sleep is a form of self-care as well too. Thank you, Kinyofu. So ladies, Rachel, if you would like to begin, how do you define self-care, and what are 3 things that you do for self-care?
What I'm doing now is eating healthier for my body, prioritizing me, and also these moments, working out, exercising, and while feeding my mind and my spirit. Like, this really does help me with self-care, because it's better than aimlessly scrolling, you know? So Woo Morning came at a perfect time for me.
Right. Now, tell me a little bit more about how you define self-care, and what does prioritizing you mean?
It means sometimes saying no when I want to say yes. And that sounds crazy, right? When I want to say yes, to saying no, because knowing that I'm spreading myself too thin, whether it be taking care of my grandchildren and having worked all week and just saying like, no, I can't, you know, I need to breathe a little bit and take in a little bit of the peace. So just prioritizing the no, you know, against what my mouth wants to say.
Right. And so how do you define self-care? In that case, based off of what you just explained, how do you define self-care?
I think I don't believe self-care, because I've heard a lot of people say self-care is selfish. I think it's selfless, but you have to be selfish in that selfless journey.
Got it. Thank you so much. Mama Z in the building. Chantel, you had more time to think, girl. I made sure I called you last to give you time.
And we unmuted at the same time, and I said, so my definition of self-care, similar to what Rachel said, and with just overall, it means refilling my cup so that I can pour from my overflow. And I'm more so thinking of what I do and looking at what I do, and I'm like, that's not enough, or that's not what I really want my self-care to look like. And so I also wrote what I'd like it to look like. But for right now, it looks like me scheduling myself out, because I've been blessed with so many opportunities that are coming my way. But it looks like it's going to take up a lot of my time. And so that scares me. And I'm trying to pace myself and put in blocks of time where I could take a break, where I can do things on the weekends with my family and my friends, especially now in the summertime. So the scheduling part is important for me, so I can visually see what my day and my week looks like. And then blocking out negative energy that might be coming my way with people who are complaining about their lives, or who are asking me to jump in and help them solve problems and things like that. So kind of putting this bubble around me to protect whatever it is that I am building, or this resistance that I'm building for myself. And what I'd like to see myself do is eat better, work out more, and go out more, and also show myself more grace.
Yes.
And I'd like to also go back to my spiritual practices. I haven't sat at my altar in so long. I do cord cutting for everyone else, and I haven't done it for myself in so long. So many things like journaling and, things like that spiritually. I sell spiritual baths and haven't taken one in so long. So it's like I help other people, but I know I need to cleanse this aura of mine. And there's so much debris on it. So I need to work on that. And the other thing for self-care is that I do go to therapy once a week, and I take my medication. So those two complement each other for me to do both. And that's been a blessing in my life as well for my mental health.
Mm-hmm. And you did something that was so interesting that we do, especially as women executives.
Mm-hmm.
We will answer a question, but insert like what's not working.
Mm-hmm.
What wasn't even at, right? It's like,
Right.
and we do it because there is this self expectation of ourselves. Like, if I am doing all of these things for you, then I should be doing it for myself. It's like how Mika
Mm-hmm.
said, don't shit on yourself. And I told her, I was like,
Right.
I've been using that shitting for like
Yes.
since for 2 years now. And because I do the same thing, Chantal.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a holistic alchemist, there are things I need to detox right now.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
not had the discipline to detox
Mm-hmm.
because of what's unfolding in my life. But what's so
Mm-hmm.
cool is that because I identify and I know my triggers, I know what's going on. Like, I spoke to you the other day and I told
Mm-hmm.
you, what did
Yes.
I went out, I started applying the tools immediately before I sat down and ate something because it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
I could have easily gone into my kitchen, grabbed some toast or some bread or something,
Mm-hmm. Right.
waffle. Just, and I don't eat in the mornings. I don't ever eat that early in the rising.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about giving ourselves
Okay, good.
grace. But I just want you
Yes.
to know here in this space, especially for eating for supreme wellness, there is no judgment. Because
Mm-hmm.
here's what I say. We're coaches, right? Or we do what we do. Everyone has a profession. But
Right.
there are moments, you all, in your expertise where you don't know. And so the
Mm-hmm.
moment when you are reaching for that ice cream or you are neglecting yourself and you're focusing on someone else, I promise you in that moment, your ego has taken over. And so therefore you don't know better because
Mm-hmm.
the you who does is not operating. It's the
Right.
you who's either the inner child, who's the 0 to 7, who's the trauma. That's who's operating in that minute. So when we say, oh, I should know better, I'm an adult, that's going to
Yeah.
affect, and then it's going to affect how you eat.
Yeah.
It's going to affect what you think about yourself is directly linked to the people you surround yourself with, the things that you get into. You might go grab a glass of wine because you're like, oh, I need to calm down. All of these things that, again, pay attention that might seem a little careless, right?
Yeah.
But it's no judgment. The you who's doing that is not the you who is normally in place. So,
That's true. And
yeah.
I just want to add to that because, like, as a health coach, so you went to IIN, I went there, Kyera, and I tap into both of you because I'm like, I should know this, but I also know that coaches need coaches. And so I can't do this by myself. So I have all the knowledge, but I need support too. So I used to like beat myself up about this. Like, you went to school for this, you're certified, you should know all the answers. But then I reach out to you and I reach out to Kyera, like, support me, please, because I need the reminders. I need to be held accountable the way I hold other people accountable. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate you saying that. Like, I have to realize that me that's showing up in the moment is that it's not all of me. It's not
It's
who I
not,
am. And I need support just like anyone else.
you absolutely do. It's not the you that's conscious. It's not
Right.
the me. I've been doing this for 25 years. You think when I go for that cheese, girl, it's
Right.
the whole board certified holistic nutritionist going for that?
Right.
No, it's
Right.
the one who still is working out her daddy issues, the one who,
Mhm.
doesn't
Mhm.
always feel supported because I'm doing everything. That's the one. That's not the
Gotcha.
who's the 25-year experienced person. So
Right.
this is so wonderful that this is unfolding in this space because
Yes.
I want everyone here watching to know that when you are in the course, this stuff comes out. And I mean, we work it out. And to be in space, sometimes people, they like that one-on-one, which is why I give one-on-one. But the group healing is so key because you're like, oh, I'm not the only one. Like,
Right.
you experience that too. And I have this statement because I work with mothers and I say, every mother deserves to be mothered because we are the lifeline to humanity. Every mother needs a mother. Every mother has a mother. You need that support and that nurturing. So thank you all for sharing. Next, go back to that slide, Kinyofu. I'm going to just read with the American Psychology Association what they have defined self-care as. And I want to hear from some audience members what they listed that they do. And then we're going to move forward. So according to the Medical Journal of Psychology, self-care is any activity that we do deliberately in order to take care of our mental, emotional, and physical health. So, you know, Chantel, you go into therapy, that's both addressing your mental and your emotional. Rachel, you working out, you saying no, that's all your physical, right? And it's your mental too. So although it's a simple concept in theory, it's something we very often overlook. Good self-care, you all, is key to improved mood and to reduce anxiety, right? It stops that shoulding, it stops that guilt. It's also key to a good relationship with yourself and others, because when you are taking care of yourself, like she said, selfless leading to selfish, I like selfless. It's like, listen, if I'm not well, the household isn't well. If I'm not well, I go into work, I'm not going to do my job well. I'm going to have issues. The clients are not going to be served. If I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not going to be able to show up, right, in my full self. So it's important. Self-care is so important. Next slide, please. Okay, again, self-care is directly linked to our mental health wellness. And if you continue to self-neglect by putting everyone first, by not looking at, you know, doubting yourself, right? And lack of prioritizing your personal needs, then you're going to burn out. And burnout culture isn't sexy. I don't care what anyone says, okay? We're in this burnout culture. You got to work, you got to do this. And COVID slowed everything down. This pandemic really had people understanding, like, I've got to slow down, right? I was having a great conversation with my girlfriend yesterday. She's in Senegal. And she was like, one thing Senegal has done is it has slowed me down so I can really do my healing, so I can just be out in the sun and have a conversation and not have any, you know, worries about, oh, I should be doing something. So that presents an anxiety, and it's the culture that we've been raised in, especially here in America. So next slide, please. Now we're going to just check in. Remember at the top of this, I said, I want you all to just pay attention to what's happening throughout your body. So I'm going to have some people in the audience. I'd like to get my two girls, my two beautiful queens here, and two other people. I'd love to hear from men as well. If we have any men in the room, we can get one more person and maybe like another person as well, Kinyofu. So there's like maybe 4 to 5 in total. I want to hear what's going on. Like, what I'm hearing is, what I'm noticing about myself is, and this makes me feel. So we'll start with Rachel, and I would love to hear from the audience too. So we can pick some people from the audience after this. So I'll say this. What I'm hearing is that eating for supreme wellness and my work is so key, and that I have to move out of my way sometimes of being harshly judgmental, like I don't know enough. And I need to have these things in place before I can present and give and share. I'm hearing that there is room and opportunity for things to just unfold. I don't have to be in control. What I'm noticing in my body right now is that I'm relaxing a lot more. I'm not as like nervous of, I want to do so good, I want to give, and I want to make sure everybody walks away with so, you know, I'm noticing that I'm flowing now, that I'm easing into it. You know, I'm breathing. I'm taking the time, I'm pausing. And this makes me feel very, very relaxed. It makes me feel grounded. And it makes me feel safe.
So what I'm learning, or what I'm hearing is that sometimes allowing your spirit to lead without the knowledge or the wisdom of knowing even what the food, you know, what the food has, or how it affects you, is sometimes enough to know how to like tune into your body, to really just tap into what I am feeling. Because there's certain things I've taken out of my diet based on what I feel, not what I know, what I feel.
Right.
So I'm also hearing that there's room for me to grow with learning more about the food that I put in my body, so that I don't think that I know that my spirit is enough of the answer. Because then I'll probably be doing my body a disservice. What I'm also noticing is that this inspires me to want to learn more, and inspires me to understand that coaching, because I want to eventually go down that path. Well, we also need coaches, and sometimes I try to figure things out on my own. So yeah, and I'm complete.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. Yes, we do have support. And that's really great that you're able to, you know, find that balance within yourself, and to know, like, wait, I've got to make sure I'm giving my body in this moment what it needs. So thank you for that. That's really important.
And
Chantel.
also not teaching people the wrong way to do things, because I don't know bodies chemistries. So to learn that is something that's important. I can't go and say, oh, that works for me, this is going to work for you. That's not how it goes. So the knowledge is also important.
Thank you for saying that, because in health and wellness, we have a lot of beautiful, knowledgeable people in the holistic field, and they're pushing veganism very hard. And towards the end, this is something that I'm going to talk about, but I guess I can say it here as well. There's a few things that you need to do to eat for supreme wellness, and not everyone can be vegan. Can you include more vegan options in your diet? Yes, you can. You absolutely should. But I don't come from that standpoint that everyone should have and share in the same diet. That does not work for people. There are some people, you all, who are going to need meat, but not the kind of meat that's being processed in these stores, right? Like, it should be fresh cut, thin tenderloin. Like, if you're an O positive, it's going to take a lot for you to try to be a vegan. And we go deeper into this in Eating for Supreme Wellness. I can't do it here, but O blood types, because you have an extra enzyme inside of your body that metabolizes, and it needs a certain amount of enzymes for you to be functioning, you have to have it at least once or twice a month. But can you include the right types of foods for your blood type, your body type, the seasons, your lifestyle? These are all things that help you eat for supreme wellness. So thank you for bringing that up too, because it's important. Everybody can't be vegan. And don't punish yourself. Don't shit on yourself because you're not eating a full vegan diet. You might feel better. And let's also be honest. A lot of people who are vegan are not all healthy either. They still get ailments. They still have discomforts. They still have gut issues going on, because in the stress, if they're not healing their stress and their trauma, you can forget it. And some people say, man, this guy ate everything. He ate pork, he smoked cigarettes, and he lived to be 108. Yeah, because he understood the concept of, I'm doing me, self-care. He understood the concept of, I don't know that stress. I don't know what stress is. I just know how to have fun, right? So unapologetically. So that's something that, an example I always like to bring forward, you know, Chantel, and then Kinyofu, if we can have 2 more people.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because when you force people into that, or you think, well, in order to be skinny and healthy, I have to be a vegan, then there's so much resistance and anger and stress that you just build it up again. Like, I don't want to eat this, but I'm doing it because this is what they say I'm supposed to do. And then now you're stressed out and you're annoyed and all those things. So it doesn't really work out unless you have that plan that's catered to you, your body, and your lifestyle, your needs. So I'm glad that you said that. And so what I'm hearing is that I have to show myself grace, and that there's room for me to grow and to get support and be held accountable. I'm noticing that I don't have to know it all, and that I put so much pressure on myself to know it all. I'm also noticing that I don't have it all right now, and that I can ask for help. And I'm feeling hopeful.
Yes.
I'm complete.
Yeah. Kinyofu, can we hear from some Facebook people, from some people in the audience? What's going on?
Okay, so you do have 3 hands. 1 hand went down, there was 4. And so as far as the chat, you have acknowledgement of what the sharing about meat. And Tracy Ann says there's a fact, stress is behind it, all illnesses. Kaisha from Facebook says She didn't know about the O plus blood. And Aaliyah asked if you could mention the type O again, that she got frozen. So she missed that piece.
Oh, yes, I was saying that not everyone can be vegan. You have a lot of people pushing veganism. And one example of that are people who are O positive blood types. Like you guys cannot go long periods of times without having lean, the muscle, like when they say tenderloin, like lean meat, not fat meats, not like the gut of an animal, not the butt of an animal, not the hooves, like you can't eat that type of meat. Oh, blood types can't have that. You really have to have lean meats, like what an example would be lamb, venison, which is another form of it. You can do, why am I going so blank? Y'all help me. Some people do eat deer, but that's not what I was going for. There's another one that I'm going blank on. Did I say goat? Goat is good for O blood types, but lean meat. If you're gonna do a burger, I'm gonna say this for O blood types, especially my men who are in the room and women who have husbands and partners. If your husband is a burger type of guy, start making his burgers and put quinoa in it. Quinoa is a grain that has the 9 complete amino acids that build up, right? It's the building blocks to, your other organs, especially your muscular system, right? So that's a great thing for them, not only for the muscle, right, build up and the protein build up, but also for healthy sperm production. So if anytime you're cooking a burger for your husband, don't grill it. Grilling meat is gonna it's gonna change the molecular structure of the meat. It's gonna increase what we call free radicals, and all a free radical is just an incomplete atom. It's just like people who have sickle cell. Imagine a person that has sickle cell. The cell is not complete because it's like a crescent shape. It's cut in half. Well, that's what a free radical is. So it just creates more toxins in the food. So I know people like to grill, and it's just like, it's high in nitrate. I mean, there's so many things about grilled meat. So if you can find another way to do it, I always say do it. But if you do go out and you happen to go to a family reunion, or you're someplace and people are grilling, just cleanse. Make sure you're really doing a good cleanse, okay? It takes about 4 to 5 days for meat to leave the system, period. For the liver to process it, for it to go through your intestines, through peristalsis, right? Which is what contracts and moves the food down from chewing. It starts in the throat, then it goes through the gut, and then it should eliminate. And like how Dion was saying, you can still go to the bathroom every day and be constipated. So you should be, having a bowel movement after you eat. And when you don't, it just means that you're holding on to something, right? The emotional piece. We'll get into that and we'll go deeper in the course. But thank you, ladies. Anybody else?
Yes. There's a sorry, there's a question in the chat. And that is, if you're not going to grill it, how are you cooking it?
So I would use a skillet, right? So proteins and fats are kind of interesting, right? Because a fat usually synthesizes on its own. I mean, you can do a fat like with vegetables, right? So when I say fat, more so like your oils. So what I would do is I would use like something that's light, like an oil that digests, and that's a high heat oil. So you can use a little bit, just a touch of grapeseed or a touch of avocado, and you can skillet. You can have it in your pan and skillet it. You can put to use it as a skillet. You can also do I like Earth Balance. Earth Balance has a soy-free butter, but also in Trader Joe's has a vegan butter too, but be careful because they use canola oil in a lot of these so-called vegan and holistic products. It's so crazy because canola oil really doesn't digest in the body very well. And in Canada, it used to be used for heavy machinery. It used to be called rapeseed oil. You heard me right, rapeseed. And it was used to lubricate like a petroleum. It's that thick, And so Dr. Oz has referred canola oil, and that's why I disagree with him. I'm just like, Dr. Oz, like, people should not. I don't know what they've done to in the lab, you know, to make it more digestible in the system, but stay off of canola oil and just watch those products too. Like when you're going and you're getting something that's vegan, even some of the soups that you get, they put canola oil in it. It's cheaper. It's just a cheaper way, but it's like petroleum. It'll do like what petroleum does in the body. You don't want that. You know, think about like machinery when you have to oil machines and how it attracts and it attracts and magnetizes, like, you know, dirt and lint and filth and all of that stuff. So you don't want that. But we go deeper, y'all. We go deeper.
Oh, Mena, couple of questions. You have 3 hands up, and the 2 women that's on the stage, do you want them to stay on the stage?
Yes, they can stay on. Or you can, however you want to do it. You can take them off, or how it doesn't matter, and bring them back, but they can stay on.
Okay. So
And
I'll take them off.
It's almost 8:00. We're coming up on 8:00 hour. We will be like coming to a close in a few. And so I just want to be mindful of people's time. If you have to go, thank you so much. You can reach me. It's Kinyofu. I don't know if you want to put my information in the chat, but you can reach me, and we are going to be doing a raffle. I'm going to be giving away a lot of like really great gifts to people. So, you know, if you have to go, I know, catch the replay and reach out to me for sure. She'll put my information in the chat.
Thank you for that. I did put the information already, and I removed Rachel and Chantel temporarily, and I'm asking Teresa I'm bringing Teresa to the stage.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing? Can you repeat that question so I can make sure I answer properly? I know you said what's coming up for me, or what I'm hearing. Which one is it?
Yeah. So what are you hearing? What I'm hearing is, what I'm noticing about myself is, and this makes me feel.
Okay. What I'm hearing is that first thing is that everyone should not be a vegan, and I feel that way about my body. There's times when I can go without eating meat, but then there's times when I feel like my body is craving meat. And when I do eat some of it, I'm okay. And then when I stop, then I'm okay. So I could be that person. What's the next one you said? What I'm
noticing in my body is.
And what I'm noticing in my body as you're talking is that yesterday I had a revelation about myself, is that and I noticed it today too, is that I have been saying yes to situations and not being comfortable with them. And so I had a revelation last night, was that one of the things that I've been having a problem with is memory loss.
I didn't have to put in
and I and you know, that's like a fear of mine. And so having a memory loss, because at one time I had a brain infection and I couldn't remember my name or anything. So when I said it last night out in the open, it took a different, I felt relieved by saying it. So it took the heaviness of it. So I didn't feel the same. I didn't actually, it's like saying it last night, like relieved the pain of it, the stress of it, because
yes, it did.
You know, so by me getting the pause, getting that mess out my system, it started to healing like took place. And what's the last one you said?
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel good, because normally when people were talking about like with the food today, I would have been, oh, you ain't doing that. But I didn't feel none of that. I felt good because where I'm at is okay where Teresa's at. And so when I focus on where I'm at and not focus on what other people are doing or what other people experience, then I'm good. And so that's a good place for me to stay at, because, I have to make some decisions, the last couple of weeks about what's good for me. That's scary for me sometimes, because I so want to please that I forget please me, not please them. And so and I just want to thank you, especially with that old thing, because and the other thing you said about how sometimes we're eating not because like the child is eating whatever's calling out. It's not really me. I can give myself I'm sorry. I can give myself grace.
We have to, you all. Listen, I'm getting chills just now. I just got to chill. Grace keeps coming up. I use grace also. You're going to hear me repeat the word, give yourself grace. It is so key. Please hear me. If you don't hear me say anything else before you leave.
Yes.
When you are not operating and doing quote unquote what you know you should be doing, or telling yourself what you should be doing, it, first of all, we're not shooting on ourselves. And the main thing is it's not you. It's not the you who knows better. It's the you, the inner child that's like rebellious, and it's going to test you. Y'all ever notice when, and please put some raised hands in the chat, but you ever notice like when you say, like me with my detox, I'm going to go on this detox, I'm going to do all of these things, I'm going to go grocery shopping and buy the groceries, I might get it and eat the fruit instead of detoxing and all of that other stuff. It's like you make this attempt to do something better for yourselves, right? Even if it's affirming, even if it's picking up meditation, or you say you're going to do this thing for yourself. Do you notice how all the obstacles come in place to be like, and it can distract you, and they seem legitimate, like legitimate distractions, like your mother called with an emergency, or you know, a fire alarm went off, you know, right as you were about to make your juice. You know what I'm saying? Like something, it's always some type of distraction. I'm going to tell you why that magnetizes, because you are manifesting both on a conscious and subconscious level. Subconscious you, inner child you. It's the programming, it's the trauma, it's the whatever that you were raised with. So when that is talking subconsciously, because you don't know on surface level, you can't feel that, you don't see it, you see it, but you don't know, then it just comes forward as like the resistance. That's not you. So when people say, you're an adult, you should have known, but no, they didn't. I'm serious. I'm serious. You don't. You have those moments, and it's almost like the Jekyll and Hyde. None of you are crazy. You're not bipolar. It's just these things happen, right? But we are duality. We exist in duality. So give yourselves grace. Give yourselves. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. Give yourselves grace.
But you know, I just want to say one more thing, that I'm gonna go, is that when people call me when I'm doing something, I will answer the phone, or I will look to see what's, and I will say to them, is it an emergency? Are you okay?
Yeah.
And if they say they're okay, I said, okay, well, I got to talk with you later. So that keeps me getting back on focus, because stuff will come to distract me, but I have to say to myself, is this an emergency? And I'll have to talk to you later. And that's been working for me.
That's so great. The boundary, which we're going to talk about. So I'm going to have my two girls come back. Thank you all. I saw my brother Samak in the building. Wow. My brother Lou was in the building. I just want to acknowledge the men who came up in here, my brothers who are in here. My brother. Yes.
You have 3 hands up.
Oh, okay. So let's take one more person, and then we're going to move to the next people. And those people who have their hands up, if you can write your comment in the chat, and then we can read it. Hi, it's my good sister Jackie in the building. Hey, Jackie.
Good morning. I was just listening to you and to listen to Teresa and what you guys were saying. And I noticed that, especially in the program I'm in right now, getting cleared is one of the most important things you can do for yourself. So keeping that information in your body creates disease. And so letting it out, even just having a conversation, sometimes just speaking it out into the universe to let it go. Chantel, cord cutting, but giving yourself grace and detoxing and nurturing has stayed in my mind, because when you said that about mothers need mothering, and I started thinking about my situation, I was like, oh my goodness, no wonder why I'm struggling so much with my daughter, trying to nurture her, because I wasn't nurtured. And so it's become a journey for me to get to that level where I can nurture her in a way that she can receive it, number one. And number two, in a way that makes us both comfortable. And so that makes me feel a little bit sad. It's, a little bit sadness in my body because of that. And I know that that's probably part of the inflammation I'm going through too, but I have thalassemia. So I'm one of those people who, even though my blood type, thalassemia. So even though I'm one of those people who have the blood type that says I can be vegan, I'm finding it impossible to do that, because I have to get iron from my diet. And I can't get enough from plant food, so I do have to eat some meat. But I do know that beef makes me feel heavy, and not ill. So I mean ill. So vegan burgers make me feel good. And I'm
Listen,
complete.
Yeah, y'all, I'm just refilling my water. So everybody please drink some water too. Like I said, have your water. But thank you so much, Jacqueline, for those points that you made, because again, we can know all the great things to do, but if we're not getting to the core of the emotional piece, then I mean, it's like, it's going to be there, you know? And so, yes, you can't always, especially with Thomasina, you cannot get all of your iron, right, that you need from plants. And there are some great, like burdock root, rich in iron. Burdock root and dandelion, one of the highest forms of iron, plant-based foods that you get, in sarsaparilla, right? Very, very rich. Or sarsaparilla. And the Jamaican version is one of the best. These are all herbs. You can get them in a tincture form, tea form, herb form. And yes, so thank you for bringing that up, because sometimes people can have an A positive. Are you A positive? Yes.
Yes.
So you're A positive, right? You're A positive. And so when you talk about that beef being heavy, because it is, and the way it's processed it is, I'm going to tell you guys this too. Please find a butcher, a local butcher that exercises and practices, you know, good, clean, you know, habits, and start buying your food locally and get lean cut. I would say for you, if you can get goat, if you can get lamb, those are lighter. They're lighter. They're not as heavy.
I like lamb. I like lamb. Goat, I cannot stomach, but lamb,
okay.
I like.
you do that. And even bison. Bison is a little bit different. It is a tougher meat, but if you get the lean cut of the bison, that's much better. And it's just not, that's a whole nother, like, maybe I'll be back alive and I'll talk about and break down, like, you know, the whole history of meats and how animals and, you know, what it does, that type of thing. But not from a place of you shouldn't eat the meat, just knowing like what you can and can't do. Okay. So thank you for that. And I'm beaming love and light to you. Yes, as a mother, sometimes we nurture our children and we think we know what they need. And then they have to tell us, like, that's not really what I need. I need this. And it's just, I commend you for being in a space and so open to acknowledge that and to love your daughter the way that, you know, she needs to be loved. But the first thing is you have to do that for you. And we do voice record. So the first week of Eating for Supreme Wellness, we're voice recording. I see Carolyn was in the building. She did take that was the first one. It has changed so much. The Eating for Supreme Wellness course is elevated, but she took the first course, or is in the first cohort. And that's what we did for the first week. Just every day when you had a trigger that came up for you, you took your voice recorder and you spoke in it as if you were speaking to the person. So that's helpful because you're exercising your throat chakra and you're releasing that anger, that sadness, that tension out of the body. So Kinyofu yes, let's get my ladies back on screen and let's go to the next slide, please. I thank you all so much for your time. I really do. I'm so grateful. So now, as we are coming, I want you all to answer this. Am I eating my trauma? And can I have Chantel read the first paragraph and Rachel read the second paragraph?
Eating healthy isn't hard. It is one's unhealed trauma and dysfunctional habits that causes emotional eating. I want you to keep in mind that this stems from our 0 to 7 experience from when we are zygotes in our mother's wombs. You need support, Rachel?
It's a little difficult because I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
When we are exposed to health, I can't even see this. Okay. When we are exposed to healthy, sustainable environments, and when we are aware enough to correct dysfunctional behavior, mirrored to us, we must give ourselves a full pass of grace. All living organisms are connected and are codependent upon the vitality of each other. I'm sorry about the reading. It was
don't. That was perfect. And thank you in all of it, because you know, that's what the journey of eating and transitioning looks like. It looks like I'm not like things are gonna be a little blurry. I'm not gonna be able
Yeah.
to fully, it's gonna feel weird. Like, what is this thing that's happening, right? You're gonna have moments even in your detox where you feel great, and when you don't, So this is all a part of it. That's why I say full pass of grace. And grace has come up at least 4 or 5 times in this presentation. Next slide, please. And like I said, we're all codependent. So I said something very important there, right? Are you eating your trauma? Am I eating my trauma?
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
Because what just came up for me for this is when the ice cream man comes around, I don't have ice cream in my home, but when the ice cream man comes around my home, I'm rushing out to get an ice cream cone wherever I hear it. Like, I want that ice cream cone for whatever. So what came up for me was probably like, I don't recall getting the ice cream like I wanted when I was younger. So maybe that's like, I could do that for myself. I'm getting me my ice cream, even though I don't even eat ice cream like that anymore. So yeah, that's interesting.
That is such an amazing noticing.
Yeah.
When we talk about the paying attention, right? You just gave a prime example of emotional eating. Emotional doesn't always look bad either, you all, because sometimes in childhood, and if you come from a culture, let's say you're Asian, you're Caribbean, you're African, you're Russian, some foods that you were fed as a child might not have been healthy, but if you see it, it rings this bell. It's like Pablo's, experiment with the bell, ringing the bell for the dog. Like, okay, you feed the dog at this time, and then the dog is like, oh, I know it's time to eat. It's the same thing with emotional eating. Like, you look at like McDonald's, right? And I'm so grateful that I don't eat McDonald's anymore. But can I tell you all, up until college, up until that 1996, when I stopped eating red meat, I loved McDonald's. I ate McDonald's because it reminded me of how my dad would take me and my brother on walks across the Brooklyn Bridge. And one of our rewards was going to McDonald's and getting a burger. Now, like I said, I don't eat it now. But for the longest, whenever I saw McDonald's, any state, if I went out of state, girl, I was getting me my freaking double cheeseburger with my chicken nuggets and my Sprite. I never liked Coca-Cola, but I used to drink Sprite and French fries. And I would eat the whole thing. I'd be full and I still eat the whole thing because it brought me back to that childhood memory. So that's emotional eating as well too. Thank you for that. So here, ladies, this is what we're gonna do. If everyone can see, yeah, it's deep, Teresa, it's deep. So in this moment, I want everybody to choose the top 3 patterns that mirror where you are in your life right now. Kinyofu, for the 2 people who I didn't get a chance to get to, I'd like them to come up first, those 2 people, and answer this once they do it. So you're gonna circle the top 3 things, patterns that are mirroring where you are in your life right now, in terms of your emotions, in terms of your behaviors and your pattern. For me, I was feeling very undervalued and underappreciated this past week, and I was irritable. And then I'm not creating the most healthiest boundaries, right? So today I'm happy because I put a boundary in place, not like 2 nights ago. And then last night I reiterated that boundary. So I'm so happy that I did that, because 9 times out of 10, I'll say something and it's just like, they come in, my children interrupt me. Like I told you all, I'm a mother of 3, but I only have 2 living children. But they'll come in the room, they'll ask me questions. And I'm so grateful that I was able to create that boundary, because I don't have it. And for this, 2 nights ago, I said, absolutely not. I'm gonna need my son and his father, my partner. I'm gonna need you all to go sleep in the living room, get all his clothes. Don't come in here. They did come in twice, but like it was real quiet. But for the most part, everything was taken care of. So those were my 3: feeling undervalued and underappreciated, feeling irritable, and those poor boundaries. And as a result, you all, I was gravitating towards a lot of dairy. And like I told you, I don't really eat dairy. So pastas, I had sandwiches this week. I was not combining the right food combinations, and that's important as well. When you're talking about eating for supreme wellness, you have to combine your foods properly. food combination is so important to eating for supreme wellness. Again, we go deeper into this, like what are the categories and what foods go with what inside of the program, okay, if you should choose to move further. So I was eating all those types of foods, and it's because I didn't feel supported. You know, I was just like, and angry at the same time. So there was a lot of salt. Like I had cooked something and it wasn't enough salt for me. So I took this goddess seasoning that I have that has salt in it and other things, and I put it on the top of the food, and I'm just eating it. So these are things you want to like pay attention to. Okay. So Rachel, if you have your 3, or Chantel, if you want to go and you have your 3, let's talk about it.
Okay. So, hold on one second. That is self-doubt, low throat chakra, like not speaking up for myself, and fearful, but in a not in a way of I'm scared, more like how do I say it? It's connected to my low throat chakra. Like how do I express my thoughts without saying it in a manner that can cause friction or a negative response? So yeah, so that self-doubt is my wording.
Got it. And so the fearful is more so like, am I going to offend somebody? Because I don't want to offend anyone, which might be more of an anxiety than anything else. But yes, I
don't feel it within my like in my chest, or I don't feel it in my mind. I feel it more like just don't say nothing.
Got it.
If that makes sense.
It's in the head.
Yeah.
It's in the head. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So self-doubt, fearfulness, and what was the other one that you picked?
Fearfulness and low throat chakra. And that's another thing. I write. I do spoken word, and there's been opportunity coming at me from, and I haven't jumped on it because I've never done a thought out event. I normally do, hey, Rach, pull up, and I'm there in the moment. But I've never been like thought out and like, come here at this time, you'll be performing in front of people. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm not good with it. Like, so that's where my throat chakra, my self-doubt of my content also, you know, so.
Wow. And many of us too suffer with low throat. Let me ask you this. Do you gravitate towards creamy foods? Like, do you eat a lot of like, let's say like creamy pastas or dressings? Do you use sauces a lot on your food? And do you also gravitate towards foods that are like, let's say even rice, like rice and grains?
No, see, I'm more of a pasta. I like pastas. I like, maybe, I don't even know, honestly, but I think about like if I'm eating fish, because I don't do meat so much. So I definitely have some kind of deficiency, I'm thinking, within meat, because I try to stay away from chicken. I realize creates so much mucus within my body, and my allergies trigger all the time. And since I'm off it, my body responds so much better. Beef makes me like lethargic a little bit, like too much of it. I'm like, so I actually like lamb and turkey, but I'm kind of like trying to get off of all meat. But I see my body responding sometimes in a way, maybe I'm not getting certain vitamins. I'm not sure, being that I'm not a nutritionist.
But what I'm asking here is, what are your cravings? What do you find yourself craving or gravitating towards? Would that be creamy things?
Sweet and salty together, for whatever reason.
Wheat and salty.
Together, meaning like have a salad and then a piece of chocolate.
That would be not wheat. So chocolate would be more like it's astringent. It's not always sweet. It's some sweetness in there, right? Gotcha. And then the salad is definitely like just like it's more healthy, more vegetable based. But if you're saying like you need to have chocolate and that salad with what dressing? Do you use dressing on your salads?
Yeah, like a balsamic or oil vinegar kind of.
Okay. Perfect. So now you're kind of like bringing me into what I'm talking about with
Like the creamies.
cravings,
Gotcha.
creamies. So when a person is having a low throat chakra, meaning you don't say what you need to say, it's suppression. But that not saying what I need to say feels like no one's gonna listen. I'm not really, I'm not heard, right? What I have to say may not be as important because it could be offensive, or it could be this, or it could be that, right? So you're in judgment mode a lot. If I'm judging, then that means that I'm also not giving myself, I'm not loving up on myself in a way. So I will gravitate towards creamier foods. And those pastas, again, remember, they break down into sugar. And sugar is a thing of also, it's like, I need some sweetness in my life. I need to feel loved. I don't feel loved. I don't feel supported. It's a different type of support. Whereas the support of like, who's going to take care of me? Who's going to hold me when I fall? Like, where's my tribe at to hold me up? Sometimes those things happen. So you will gravitate towards those astringent based foods, right? Because really what you're saying is, and it's an anger. It's a suppression of like anger and annoyance, more so like an annoyance of frustration. And that will have you choose the astringent balsamic vinaigrettes. It'll have you go to the salts. But then I want sweet at the same time. You know, I want something that's savory at the same time. So I'm gonna go to my chocolate because chocolate is comforting for me, right? And so again, it's the idea of I need comfort. I need to be held. And I'm a little annoyed that I'm not receiving what I need. And instead of expressing that, I might suppress it in the throat and it'll just choke up in there. And then when you notice that you're eating these things, it might not go down, right? It might not start digesting immediately in the throat. So that's just a connection. You know, does that sound about right?
Yeah, it definitely, it probably does, because when I want to share something, it's probably a thought that I'm having or a feeling. And then I'm like, you know what, it's not even worth it, because either it's received in a way that I particularly don't appreciate, right? Because some people can't have a normal conversation without insulting another person's character. So I kind of like steer away from those conversations. And that's where I just hold it in. I'm like, you know what, it's not even worth having this discussion, because it's going to be received the same way no matter how I say it.
And what do you notice what foods that you gravitate towards?
I fish, like honestly, like fish, salmons,
Like happening. So when you feel like your throat is suppressed, do you pay attention? Have you actually paid attention?
No, I'm going to today though. I'm going to today.
So that's what I want you to do. And I want you to
I'm definitely going to that.
report me what you notice when you're feeling like, I'm probably not going to say it because they're not going to, like, I want you to pay attention to like, one, what's happening in your body, and two, what you might gravitate towards eating, right?
Gotcha.
And if the thought is still present with you. I know, again, for time purposes, I just want to hear really quickly, Chantel, if you don't mind, from the one of the two people who had their hands raised, Kinyofu, if they can come on and sort of tell me their top three, and then we can move into the last two pieces. We're going to go into OFT. I'm going to give a demonstration. Ladies, please have your food, your little, whatever you took, your piece of fruit and vegetable next to you. We're going to this next activity, and then we're going to close out.
Okay, so you said just share briefly what I had.
Yeah, but I wanted to hear from the other person. So I said,
go
if you
ahead.
don't mind, hold tight. And
Yep.
Yofu, who were one of the two people whose hands were raised in the audience? I just want to hear from one of them on this just the three that came up.
Zakia has her hand up.
Okay. Mama Z.
Hi. So
Okay.
when I picked the letters, it was D, L, and M.
Can you bring the slide back up, Kinyofu? D, L, and M. Okay. All right. So undervalued, mentally scattered, and poor boundaries. Okay.
Yes. I feel like this was a great session because I know I don't have like great boundaries, or even with myself, like I have like whatever I'm feeling, I have to release it so that I'm better. Like, and that's not always good because sometimes people trigger you. They don't even know that they triggered you, and now you're acting crazy and whatever. So I like this, like that you need to eat more, like less meat, and just like pay attention to your body, because I don't pay attention to my body. That's another thing. I couldn't tell you what makes me react any type of way, right? Like, so I just recently started trying to work out and eat salads and vegetables and stuff like that, fruits. I always ate those things, but I will also eat the bad stuff too. So
Let me ask you, what's a food that you eat? Do you eat like any type of dehydrating foods like chips? What else would be crackers, chips, sometimes nuts, like salty nuts?
yes.
You gravitate to those things, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you, like you said, you don't really pay attention to what's happening in your body, but do you notice like do you find that you're mindlessly eating? Like you're eating, you have something in your hand, but I'm not really even paying attention to like what it is I'm eating. Do you find that you do that often?
Yes.
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 I'm
not even like a foodie. Like food is not like, if I'm happy, if I'm great, if I'm having a great day, I won't look for food. But it's like when I'm having stress or triggers, I don't know, I just find myself like eating whatever's around me, like, which is crazy.
Because that's what you're going to grab for. Because what's happening is that the inner child in you is just so upset, like or not upset, but it's feeling what it's feeling, right? It could be annoyed. It could be like, this is boring. Yeah, whatever it is. And it's just going to grab for whatever is available. And usually it's going to be something dehydrating because, like you said, you're dealing with, feeling undervalued. If you're dealing with mental scatter, especially the mental scatteredness, you're really going to gravitate towards those types of, dehydrating foods. I think she got stuck. But yes, I think she might. Okay, there you go. Hi. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah.
I'm going through. So
yeah, so that would be an example of the mindless eating, based off of the scatteredness, based off of the, not creating boundaries with yourself. Because now the little girl is running. She like, oh, we don't have no boundaries. We gonna do whatever we want. I'm taking over, right? And you don't even know that this thing is happening. So, and eating for supreme wellness, we get to the connection. You are able to identify, this is my trigger. I noticed this week when I ate, these are the foods that I was eating when I had this trigger, right? So, you're breaking up really badly, love. You've got computer love going on.
sorry, I just walked into work and it's like in the basement, kind of, sort of.
Don't worry, it's okay.
So I also wanted to share that earlier we discussed like things that we do for self-care. I feel like I don't get a lot of self-care time. So the only self-care time that I have is in the shower. Like if I go into the bathroom, because then if I go into the bathroom, I steam, my face and I have me time. I use scrubs and I go in there for a very long time and I play music. Music is like everything to me. And then sometimes I'll be getting lost in the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta come out.
Absolutely, but that's good that you do that. So Kinyofu, for time purposes, I'm gonna skip the next slide and go straight into the OFT and have the young ladies do this so I can wrap up. And I wanna give the goodies, and I know people are leaving, so I wanna make sure that folks are here and present to get the goodies, to receive the goodies that I'm giving to you all today. Thank you so much, Zakia. That was so such a great noticing, and I appreciate you sharing, and continue to do those baths and get lost in the baths. Continue to do those things. Yes.
Did Chantel do this exercise?
No, I told her to just hold tight because we're going into the next one. Yeah, just hold tight. We're gonna skip Going to the next one, because I want to make sure that everyone gets a chance and opportunity to get, experience the offer. So right now we're going to participate into, you can go back to the slide before this one. We're going to participate in a demonstration of the OFT. Okay. I want you to know that the holistic frequency technique is a method I developed. What it does, and you're about to see, it helps you to track your low and high frequency thoughts and the connection to emotional eating. It's a scientific fact that energy measures 60 feet behind, on both sides, underneath, and your current emotions, based on your circumstances, will affect what kind of healthy boundaries you set for your mind, your body, and your spirit. So I'm going to have my two ladies get your food. I am not eating anything right now because I'm using the hangers. Can everybody see me? If you want to take the screen off, I just want to make sure I'm in the frame. Okay, can everybody see?
Yes.
Okay. So now both Rachel and Chantel, we're going to start with, in this case, to save time from thinking, I want you both in your mind to say the word or to make the statement, I hate you. I really hate you. And I want you to speak it out through the voice. So I want you both to speak it out through the voice. And as you are speaking it out and you're thinking it in the voice, in your mind, I want you to put that cracker or that piece of bread, and I want you to start trying to chew it. But I want you to have in your head the statement, I hate you. I hate you. Do the face and everything, like screw your face in if you need to. I hate you. You all can see what's happening to the hangers. I hate you. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. And start trying to chew and say that. Get into the feeling of that. Have a look of disgust, like, ugh, and just try chewing that bread and notice what's happening in your body. Notice that as you're chewing the bread and you're thinking that's the thing, I hate you. Think of a stinky New York City block that has that nasty smell with all that guff. And you're like, ugh, goodness gracious, this is disgusting. Think about something like that as you're eating the food, and pay attention to what's going on in your throat, in your mouth. Do you notice that the saliva is coming up more? Do you notice that your body is drying or your mouth is drying out? Like, what's happening, in the body? And as you all can see, our bodies are electromagnetic, okay? Dion talked about water. We're 80% water. So this example of the hanger test, which can also be dowsing rods, shows you the energy, the magnetism that's in this hanger, the electromagnetic energy that's in its hanger is vibrating and connecting with my vibration, okay? And my vibration was just low. And you might not even be able to get the thing down. Go there, like, ew, this is nasty. Oh, it's disgusting. I hate this. This is, ugh. Get into that feeling. Because you see what's happening? When we are vibrating low, you can see that the frequency, it draws in. It gets stuck. It compresses. When we are vibrating low, the energy gets stuck. It draws in. It closes in. Right? It tenses up. It compresses. Yes, Rachel, because I'm looking at that. Rachel, look, I'm looking at Rachel. Come off. Don't even eat the whole thing. Come on.
I would love to hate bread.
Let me tell you something. I eat matzah because it's healthier, quote unquote, right? And I'm actually tasting it right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, usually I'm just like, it's not a cracker, it's matzah, it's better. I still taste the cracker in my head when I'm eating it. And this is literally disgusting me at the point where I'm like, I don't even know how I eat matzah without anything on it.
And you see what's happening now. The hangers are going back to a neutral standpoint because my energy is neutral now. That's how quick it happens. What came up for you, Chantal, when you were eating the bread? And I see you're still trying to chew it.
Huh?
I said, I see you're still trying to chew.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm hungry, so this is helpful. And is this the way that I can stop myself from eating foods that are bad for me, like mentally train myself not to eat them? And then like the saliva. So for me, I had salivary gland cancer. So saliva, I don't produce it as much. And so I could feel the dryness, but some of it producing, but still kind of dry. But when you said the saliva, I was being conscious, like, am I producing more? Because I'm always conscious of that when I'm eating.
You're not.
Because of the cancer.
No, it's not even just because of the cancer. You won't produce a lot of saliva when you are in a space of negative thoughts. If you're in a sad space, if you're
Maybe that was the production of the cancer too, and my throat chakra not being able to speak. I always think that those are all connected. My throat chakra and where the cancer was right here, and you know, all of that.
that part. So now, ladies, I want you to take your fruit, your piece of fruit, and you're going to say this statement: love is vibrational everywhere. Love is vibrational everywhere. I am love. I am in full gratitude. I give myself grace because love is vibrational everywhere. I am so grateful. Love is vibrational everywhere. You see what's happening? Love is vibrational everywhere. And you can say it out loud too. Please say it out loud because there's something about when you speak and you put the energy out there. Love is vibrational everywhere. I am love. I am grateful. And just start putting your own things in there. Love is vibrational. I am love. I am love. Love is me. I am love. Smile. Think about happiness. Think about the sun. Like, oh, the breeze too. Today, everyone in the audience, my audience members, if you're in your space, just be in your space and say, oh, I'm looking at my beautiful dream catcher that you all can't see with all these pretty colors, because love is vibrational everywhere. Love is vibrational everywhere. Do y'all see? Can everybody see? Kinyofu, are people able to see what's being said in Facebook? I haven't heard from Facebook. Like, are they able to see what's happening? Do you see the expansion?
Yeah, no one's commenting on the hangers, but you can definitely see the hangers are open. There's observation of Chantel and Rachel's experiences. And people are making note that they're leaving the session. So you all just, watch it on replay.
Yes. And I will allow the people who left Kinyofu, I would do a little extra if they do catch the replay. And I'll do something for them too, like where they can pick a number. And I know it's going to be revealed here, but they can pick another number and I'll share that like out or something, or I'll do something else different for them, that if they wanted to participate and have access to any of the 15-minute one-on-ones or the half off or anything like that they can still do it. We'll figure something out. All right, so that's it. That's expansion. That is expansion. So when I am vibrating high, when I'm feeling good about myself, when my trauma is healed, when all these things are happening, my energy is expanding, which probably means any food that I'm eating, I'm going to gravitate towards alkaline-based foods. I'm going to gravitate towards foods that are light and fresh. I'm going to want that salad. It's going to go in my body. It's going to feed my cells, because your cells hold memory. So when I say, are you eating your trauma? You're eating the trauma based off of the cells, the memory that the cells are holding, and it becomes familiar. So this is why people are like, how come I can't break my habit? Because it's literally in your cells. It's in your cells. So what did you notice, ladies, this time eating the fruit? Like, did you notice in your body, was it easier to go down? Did you get that saliva, Chantel?
Yes, definitely. And I felt so much lighter in my chest. The room felt brighter. I saw like my day ahead of me and I felt good about it. It was just a major shift, and the lightness is what I felt the most in my chest.
That's right. I mean, that quick.
Right.
It happens that quick. You all, I want you to know, it happens that quick. Rachel?
And I might be a little emotional, I don't know why, but I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Because even when I was eating it, I was saying I'm patient, not just I'm love, I'm this, just because I know that I'm getting emotional, I'm sorry. The transition is so difficult and it's real. So when this is hard, right? This is hard. This was disgusting to me, but this was easier, but it was more overwhelming because it's like I'm loving on me and it feels so good because I'm speaking my patience, I'm speaking my understanding, I'm speaking my love, I'm speaking my growth. And it's all what I'm putting into my body. So, it just hit me. It really did.
Yes.
Is this like mindfulness eating or mindful eating when you talk
Yes,
while you're?
it is.
Yeah, take the time and stop and chew and think and give yourself grace and all those things while you're eating. Yeah.
Because when
makes a
you do,
difference.
like she said, her heart chakra is open right now. That's why
Right.
I'm feeling that. Because your heart chakra literally opened. I want you all to know, this is not me making this up. Her heart chakra literally opened up. Her blood began to circulate. Her muscles, any tension in her body was relieved, right? When you're tense, blood can't circulate. It can't. It's like this. She was able to, everybody just do this. And let those tears flow, Rachel. They've been in there. Your body is thanking you. It's like, thank you. Thank you for releasing all of that. So now we're going to get to the good part. Next slide, Kinyofu, and I want to hear from the audience too. I apologize, you all. This kind of went a little bit. I promise you, I'm getting there. So again, it's electric. Chantel, can you read the first paragraph?
Our bodies are made up of 80% water, which is electromagnetic. That means our bodies are literally made up of vibration and frequency, which magnetizes your life experiences.
Go on to the next one.
Remember, energy doesn't lie. It is your internal signal and emotional map of what's unfolding. It informs you of what specific emotions need healing.
Dr. Masaru Emoto was a Japanese pseudoscientist, and he exhibited a clear example of how emotions and energy influence water, which in this case would be physical matter of the body. So in Eating for Supreme Wellness, we actually do this experiment. I actually have you all do this experiment with a similar thing of thoughts, like just speaking into your water from a place of sadness or whatever the emotion is that you're dealing with, and then affirming the water. What you see me drinking is affirmed water. I have one of those big like water cooler things inside of my apartment. It's the Deer Park spring water. And I have a whole prayer that not only I spoke into affirming my water, but it's taped on the water so that anytime my family or anybody goes to get the water, they can read it. It's affirming. And that's what we're putting in our body. We're permeating our body, our electromagnetic energy with those good affirmations. Okay, next slide. So what's next? Listen, all beings who are overworked are at a greater risk from mental stress and mineral depletion. Again, when you're tense, your blood is not circulating. You cannot absorb the vitamins or the minerals from the foods you're eating. Bad enough, the way they're processing foods, you're already not getting the full version of nutrients from that food. And so this is a question I want you all, it's rhetorical, but I do want you to answer this. What could be more important than the well-being of yourself and your loved ones? And so I do want people to answer that. Chantel, starting with you, what could be more important than your well-being and your loved ones?
Nothing that I can think of. My well-being wouldn't, if anything, I would say my relationship with God, but that's a part of my well-being.
It is.
Nothing, yeah.
Thank you for answering that. And so I want everybody to ponder on this and direct your attention to your body's reactions to the food cravings and thoughts that just occurred during the flashback. I want people in the audience, what did you notice? What did you feel in your body as you were going through it? Or if you were watching the ladies go through it, or me, what did you notice? And you just witnessed a small example of OFT. You all just got a small example of the OFT method. You can bring the slide back up because I'm ending. This is it. We're coming to an end because I want to get the goodies to my people. I want my people to get the goodies. So next slide. Okay, this is all part of what's next. So as a direct remedy, I have created, it says 4 weeks to you all, but it's really 5 weeks. And in this cohort, we're going to add another week. So it'll be 6 weeks. Okay. Digital group coaching course where you will learn how to go deeper and identify what's been keeping you stuck. So this is what the extra week is for, because instead of spending 1 week on the emotional piece, we're going to spend 2 weeks on it with the food logging. So it's just going to be an added week of that. So this is where you track your emotions while making connections to the food you're craving and eating. You're also going to keep a food log for not 7 days, but 14 days. So I want you all to write down with no judgment what you're eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I need to know this information so that when we meet with our one-on-one, I can really address what's going on with you. Okay. So you're going to log this.
Coming up on the screen. Did you put something on the screen?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
The slide deck is on.
Yeah, I don't see
It might be your phone, Rachel.
Okay. And then you're going to utilize the OFT method where you're going to measure it. So I'm going to teach you with the hanger, what you all saw me do. I'm going to teach you all how to actually do that while eating and measuring your energy, your high frequency and low frequency vibrational thoughts. We're going to do some sound therapy. We're going to tune your chakras. You're going to learn how to do that. We're going to be voice recording. We're going to be doing a fast. And then the eating for supreme wellness and balanced energy is where we're going to incorporate key foods into your diet that you need, not just for grounding, digestion, increased metabolism, proper blood circulation, thyroid support is so important, ladies, the circadian rhythm, and your brain activity, the supreme theta wave. But you're going to learn how to eat these foods for your body type, your blood type, your lifestyle, the seasons. Next slide. And then you're going to have two. Well, I'm actually going to add in another coaching call. So it's going to be 3 one-on-one coaching calls within this 6-week process. Okay. So here's my offer. Woo, we made it. We made it through. Thank you to all who came and were able to stick in there. For my people who left, I want to make sure they get a piece of this too. So right now, I want everybody to pick a number from 1 through 11. Everybody pick a number from 1 through 11. The first 3 people who choose the right number, you're going to receive 50% off of the Eating for Supreme Wellness course. Okay. You're going to get 50% off of the course. I'm going to have to give you in the password is Woo Supreme 11, but my website, I'm having issues with the website. So if you did guess it and you are one of the 3 people that get 50% off, I am going to give you a special link to go on ahead and pay for the course so that you can still receive the 50% off. So pick numbers 1 through 11.
Amanda, can you share when the course starts and how much it is? Some people had questions.
Yes. So I was going to start in August, but we have a lot of things going on with Spirit of a Woman Leadership. I'm actually going to be offering support in the leadership group this year as a sewer. So we're actually going to start in September. I just need to look at my calendar. We meet on Tuesdays and Sunday mornings. So Tuesday evenings, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 9:30. And then Sundays are our reflection calls. So that's from like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And, I do recommend that you at least try to attend most of them. If you can't make it, you have to catch the replay because a lot comes up in those reflection calls. It gives you time to talk and be with what came up for you the week before. Okay. And so we are going to be doing a 3-day fast. If you are on medication, clearly you cannot fast. So I have something specific for people like that. If you're on like any type of diabetes medication or heart medication, like anything like that, if you're on any type of medication, you will not be participating in the 3-day fast. It'll have to happen differently for you, but you will be eating clean. And I'll have a customized version for those people. Okay. So yes, numbers, what are the 3 numbers? So the 3 numbers are 7, 9, and 11. Yay, Chantal.
Oh man, I was asking you that question for you to respond to me privately. So nobody chose 9. So we have,
Yeah, Veronica did.
okay, great. Okay, good. Well, then we're there. Oh, now, so 11 is Chantel. She's the first person who chose 11. Veronica, 9. And you said 7?
Yes.
7 was Abimbola.
Abimbola.
Yes, I spoke this into existence. I said, I'm getting this thing. I'm getting
You
it.
did. You are, oh my
I
God.
text you, right? Thank you.
You
I'm
did.
so excited.
Congratulations to all of the women and the people who are won. You said Abimola and Veronica and Chantel.
Oh my God, I accept.
You accept? Perfect. Well, we got more goodies, so don't go nowhere. We got more goodies. We got 3 more numbers. So I'm going to choose the next set of numbers. Kinyofu, I will not speak these out loud.
Okay.
I will text them to you right now.
Okay. Does Abimbola accept?
Does Abibola accept?
Yes, I accept. Thank you.
And if they can, please, you all make sure when my contact information is in there, please email me because I have to give you all a special link because I'm not able to sign into my site right now. They're going to troubleshoot that. They've been trying to troubleshoot it.
What about Veronica? Does Veronica accept?
Yes, Veronica, do you accept?
Yes, I accept, but I'd like to know the cost.
Okay, so the course is normally $555. Half of $555, I think, is like $222 or something like that. That's what it's gonna be. It's like $222. And I have shop pay. So with shop pay, you can break that $222 down into 4 payments. If you need more support, just reach out to me. But it's $222. That's what I'm gonna put it at. I mean, that's a little less than half, but that's what you all are gonna get. You're gonna get it for $222. And it's 6 weeks, and it's the 3 coaching calls.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I have to go to a meeting now, but thank you so much. I accept, and I'll be in contact with you. Thank you so much for today's coaching. It was amazing.
Oh, you are
I'm glad
welcome.
I'm on.
I'm excited to do this. The
Yes,
next
thank
3 numbers, Kinyofu, everybody choose another set. So now we're gonna put another set of numbers, and you are gonna still choose from 1 to 11, but we're gonna put the next set of numbers in. And Kinyofu, I am sending you a private message right now on what it is. Okay, and so these are the next numbers. So everyone, please choose these numbers. Okay, Kinyofu, did you get it? So now the next 3 numbers, these are for a personal call with me. You're able to do a 15-minute discovery call. This is where you get a chance to talk to me about you're going to choose one thing, one pressing thing in your life, either health-wise or, again, creative-wise. If you have a goal that you want to meet, whether it's personal or professional, you have 15 minutes with me to just sit. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more than 15 minutes because y'all my woo family. I mean, I probably shouldn't have said that like that, but you know, I'm saying 15 minutes, but you basically get a discovery call with me. You just pick one thing and we sit down and we discuss some tools. And if you decide you want to utilize or move into any of my other services, you can definitely do so.
We have one person that chose one of your numbers, so I'm not sure what you want to do with that. The numbers have stopped coming in.
Okay, so let's just randomly pick 2 more people. Let's see. Okay, a color. All right. I'm thinking of 2 colors. And Kinyofu, these are the 2 colors. The first 2 people who type in those colors, then you know, that's what we're gonna do. Am I making this too hard, y'all?
Yeah. So it's not it's not even about choosing another way to it's just the thought that people who weren't, I don't know why people weren't dropping numbers in. So let's stick with the numbers to keep it simple.
Okay, well, I did see somebody with a number and with the color. So we have 2 people so far. Let me see. Valencia dropped, you dropped 2 what? 2 different ones?
All right.
Okay,
So-
I see Carolyn. I see Carolyn,
You see Carolyn for what?
the number.
Number, okay.
And who is the other person who had the number?
Veronica,
So Veronica, but then Veronica just went.
she did. So
So
she's the first person with that, one of those numbers, and the second person with that same number is Veronica again.
Veronica is on the road.
You know, it's so
Theodore?
funny. You know, it's so funny. I've never won on Woo, and I've been on Woo since day one, and this is so astounding because I never expect to win.
Listen, she put it in twice. So wow, it's two things you can do. You can either choose to pass off your second gift to somebody randomly, or you can keep it because this is twice now. You entered in twice. So I saw Carolyn and I saw Teresa. Teresa chose the color.
So Theodora has the number, so I'm not doing the
Theodora.
colors.
Okay,
Theodora,
perfect. So
Veronica, Carolyn.
Theodora, Carolyn, and Veronica, if you want to pass off your consultation, you can. If you want to keep it, you can. It's up to you. You already have the half off, but it's up to you. And you get coaching calls in that, by the way.
I will pass it off to Theodora or whoever.
Theodora won.
Okay, so the next person, I'll pass that coaching call off to someone else.
Who would it
I'm
be?
gonna definitely take the yeah.
So the people who participated is Zakia. These are people who I see have put numbers that didn't win. So one moment.
That she put
Teresa.
Zakia said she put 3 first. So should it be Zakia?
Oh, there goes Zakia. Okay, I didn't see that. Thank you. I'm sorry. Zakia, it is.
She says she's not qualified because she's an admin. What does that mean?
No, she is qualified. She's not admin. She's not. She's helping out as admin today. But admin, I mean, whatever. We haven't established that. Zakia, you got it. Why are you giving
got
away?
it.
She kept missing me. I thought maybe I wasn't qualified. That's why I was asking.
No. So I can get something sent to me about the 3 who won because my phone. Let me just put it in my phone so I know.
I'll give it to you, Omena, after this session.
Thank you. Perfect. And then this is the grand one. This is the big one. And this is going to go, at first I said 1 person, but this is also going to go to 3 people. Okay. So now, this prize is if you pay in full right now for the course, if you go to the site and you pay in full, on top of the 3 coaching calls, you're going to get 2 extra longer than 30 minutes. You're going to get 2 45-minute calls where it's the chakra alignment. So I'm going to align your chakras. I'm going to do a OFT therapy chakra alignment on you, and it's going to be a reading. It's going to be a full reading at 45 minutes, and then you're going to have another coaching call where it's a creative consultation call. So that again is 45 minutes. It's extended of us sitting down and going through it and just helping you to really put together and fine-tune practical steps towards a goal, whether it's a personal goal or it's a professional goal. And I bring a lot of my spirituality and my holistic expertise into it. So it's like, this is where I'm the holistic lifestyle. I'm like the lifestyle director, in this role. But you get a 45-minute creative consultation session with me. So again, if you're thinking about starting a job, you already have a business. If you already have a business, if you're working a job and you want to transition in your personal life, let's say you might want to accumulate a certain amount of money. I'm going to sit with you in that session and we're going to map out practical steps to get you there. Okay. So I was going to give it to 1. I'm going to do it to 3. So the prize is you pay in full, you get the 2 additional sessions at 45 minutes. So we're going to align your chakras and you're going to get a creative consultation call at 45 minutes. So again, pick a number 1 through 11. Kinyofu, these are the numbers. What happened?
I have a question though. The person has to have purchased the course first before they participate?
Yes, it's like the first. So yes, it's the first 3 people who purchased the course. That's what they're going to get. You're going to get
So then there's no need to do numbers. It's just
No,
a matter of
No.
follow through.
Yeah, and what's gonna happen too, I know I said pay in full, but again, you could do payment plans here too. This is not like, oh, like I gotta pay in full at one time. You can still do shop pay, right? You can choose that option, but it's like you've bought the course. So I should say it like that. If you've bought the course in full, in its entirety at full price, then you get these extra additional things, but you can still pay in installments.
Okay, so it's a $555 purchase, whether you pay it at once or in installments.
That's right. And I was gonna open it for one person, but I will allow 3 people.
And so the link will be dropped in the chat for folks. Zakia, do you have that for me?
Yeah, the link should be in there. I should have given you the link.
You have the link, we have the link.
Mm-hmm. You have the link, right? I think I gave it to you all.
Sorry, multitasking. Give me a second. I'll get it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the slide up and we can move forward, but
Let's
all the
move forward.
information will be dropped in.
Perfect. So that's the offer. And we're gonna move forward. Thank you all again for being here. We appreciate you. So my contact information, you can find me on Instagram at eating_for_supreme_wellness. My link tree is really simple. It's link tree, you see it there, /OmBliss1111. That has everything. It has my YouTube, it has my website. But if you want to get directly to my website, it is www.omwealth1111.com. My email, for those of you again who are going to email me, and then this is great too for the people who buy the course in full. You can email me so I can know, like, okay, I purchased the course in full. And so the first 3 people who are like, I purchased the course, you show me your receipt, email me that proof, and then I can go on ahead. So you'll have a total of 5 personal coaching calls with me. Okay. One is a reading and the other one is just more like a creative consulting planning. Okay. The other 3 are all health related. They're all health coaching calls, the first 3. And that's eatingforsupremewellness@gmail.com. Okay, next slide. Love offerings and donations. Remember, the woo space is reciprocal. It's all about giving and receiving. And you can donate as little as $1, as much as whatever you want to. You're going to go to soulleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com for Zelle and QuickPay. For Cash App, it's Spirit of a Woman. And you can use the code 6480E, #6480E. Or you can, next slide. You can also do a monthly automated love offering. How cool is that? So at $25 a month, $50 a month, $75 a month, $100 a month, it helps us to keep this movement going. It helps the facilitators to keep coming and providing you all with the support that you need, as well as the admin, doing all of these amazing technical and creative things as well. So again, when you give, you receive. When you receive, you give.
Thank you, Mena.
Yes. And coming up, we have tomorrow. My God, I love these 2 brothers. This is amazing. So join us tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 a.m., August 10th, for partnership. What is my role? This is facilitated by Omari Maynard and Andre Nelson. Y'all, I love hearing from the brothers. This is going to be powerful. Then we got my good sister, Valerie Lyons, Creating Your Joy-Driven Life. She's going to be presenting on Thursday, also at 7 a.m. So come back, share, register. Please register. Share all of this with your friends and your networks so that we can have people in the space. Learning, growing, dealing, and healing.
And speaking of people in the space, there are some new people in the space that I'm guessing. So let us know. Don't let me guess. Like, let it be clear and concrete. If you're still here and you're new, drop it in the Zoom chat, drop it in the Facebook comment section. Basically, 3 simple words, I am new. It's because the WOOL community wants to rally around you, give you hugs and loves and affirmation. So you're not alone. We want you to know that you're not and never will be alone. And we want you to come back. So we're here 5 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 8:30-ish, and Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30-ish. We're always on Zoom and streaming live on Facebook. And if you would like a reminder in the morning about 6:30 in the morning, you can sign up for our automated text alert. How do you do that? You open up a text right now. Type in 74121 in the telephone number section. In the comment section, type WOOL Nation and press send. And you will be on our list to receive a text alert. We have swag, bit.ly/WOOL swag. You can go there right now to see all that we have. This represents a representation. Right now, you have a thermos, a mug, a laptop sleeve, a bag, a journal, a mask, t-shirts, sweatshirts, different colors, different sizes. Go to bit.ly/WOOL swag to see what works for you and purchase for self and others and represent WOOL. And we ask that you stay in touch. We ask that you sign up every week to be on our email list, and you will receive all who's coming up for each week. You need to do this every week. We have 2 Facebook pages. One is private, one is public. The private page is bit.ly/WOOL community. Go there, fill out a little form, wait to be accepted into the group, and then you'll be able to see the playbacks, and you'll also be able to communicate with the facilitators as well as the everybody who is a part of this private community. And the public page is a like, oops, sorry, is a fan page. So you go there and you press like, bit.ly/WOOL Nation. We're on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual. We're on YouTube at bit.ly/WOOL on YouTube. And we'll have our email at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. Drop us a line if you have something to share. I'm stopping the share, the screen share. I'm asking everyone to unmute and give Amena a big shout out.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Amanda.
Amanda.
Thank
This
you,
was
Amanda.
This was
amazing.
amazing.
Presentation and how important it is for her
Amazing,
personally,
amazing,
for our
amazing.
development and for
Thank
our
you.
spiritual healing,
Amazing.
her
Thank
being
you so much, sister. Thank you for being
Much
in
of
the
needed.
our care.
background. It makes my
Gratitude,
day every
Let's
time
gratitude.
I
move forward,
see you.
everybody. I
Forward to
love y'all.
my
I love you. I love y'all.
session.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Remember,
y'all.
E to the
Thank
power
you.
of is
Thank
powerful,
you.
and E
It's
to,
a
enhance your
blessing.
image and how you show up in the world.
Wonderful
Thank you. Have a
celebration.
blessed day.
Thank you to all the admin teams. Love y'all. Hey, Miss Veronica, love you, sister.
Let's move forward, everybody.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you.